I guess we'll see. Okay, I think I'm running. I've uninstalled the application so I can't see how hot the mobile is. Trying to get as much resources as I can for the mobile. But I should look into trying to install Android 7 because I think it actually runs better with that. It seems like it's less. I'm not entirely sure. It might be some, Google nonsense, and yeah, there's a nonsense thing running at the moment where I just seem to say it's downloading, but it's not, and it's not the only. A lot of people have had that issue. Anyway, sorry, I'm just sitting here, and with two screens, and I'm sorting videos out on my webpage, trying to fix something. Let's see here, that's the other one here. Yeah, I have a lot of things open. So I have this playlist fixed and downloaded a lot. I have 139 at the moment, so I've deleted some of the videos, and hopefully I can delete more. But we have some of the videos with Bill Cooper, and Bill Cooper absolutely knew a lot of good things. But I have, I'm running into, just listening to some of the, trying to listening to the things before deleting them and all that. And Bill Cooper is one of those that there's some videos that I've downloaded from a playlist, and sorting things out. I pretty much have a good amount of. I have sorted somewhat a pretty good playlist. A beginning video. We have the Jesuits are Sons of Satan by Alan Lambie. That was pretty good. He had 3 videos. That was pretty good. He also has something in regards to the hell doctrine, but something in regards of hell. But I think most, so many people have things wrong in regards to that. Then we have the second video is a Jesuit Roman New World Order, the intelligence agencies in Vatican cahoots. I think I actually misspelled that. Vatican. I don't know. Vatican. I'm a little tired. I guess I'm always tired in the morning. Vatican. I think I spelled it right. Anyway, Vatican cahoots from Everything Truth. The third video is the Jesuits are the Illuminati, or the Alumbrados. Illuminati is the Alumbrados. That was Milton William Bill Cooper. As a one, I've also found other material where he actually goes into that. He at least has 2 concentrated places on that, talking about it, which is wonderful because I didn't really get how those 2 were connected, and the caller that calls Bill Cooper didn't really get the connection either. So, but it's very nice that he ends up saying, when Bill Cooper says, "Did that answer your question?" He's like, "No," it's like, and he rephrases the things, and Bill Cooper answers him, and it seems Eric Phelps also seemed to agree with Bill Cooper in regards of Ignatius Loyola being a member of the Illuminati or the Alumbrados. I can't remember what video that was. I have so many videos with Eric Phelps, and it's like I didn't want so much, of one specific guy. So I'm trying to take a little of, everything, and then put their names so people can, search around or whatever, and it's not too much from one person. Of course, take something that I like, something that I think is pretty good, because you can always find things that you disagree with, but so in regards to Bill Cooper, I have some things that I absolutely are running, that I've been running into with him, and he might have stopped me going into the New Age further if he had been more of, speaking about Jesus Christ and all that. But sadly, he had, for example, one of the places he says, it doesn't matter if Jesus Christ lived. It's not, it's the teachings that are important. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I didn't know any better years ago, many years ago, when I, many years ago when I was listening to Bill Cooper. But that statement, it's like, are you kidding me? You can't say it's not important if Jesus Christ didn't live. Are you kidding me? You can't say that. That's just outrageous, Because if Jesus Christ didn't live, he wouldn't have died for our sins on the tree, and thereby we have a problem, So that it is his teaching that is important. Of course it is. Of course his teaching is important, but if you're denying that he lived, that's kind of that's just bullshit. And then again, he talked to this Maxwell Jordan, which clearly is using like Christianity in the mystical way, that it's sun worship and all that nonsense. But William Cooper actually stops Jordan and and seem to defend Christianity at that point, not all this symbolic nonsense, that Maxwell is promoting, which is also one of my concerns, because I know Eric Phelps at least knows Maxwell, what's he called, Maxwell Jordan or whatever it's called, because at least to the 2002 conspiracy thing meeting that they are. Eric Phelps seems to also say that they never invited him after speaking about the Jesuits and all that. But I think it was Maxwell Jordan or whatever he's called. I'm not sure. I'm not ever good to names. Maxwell Jordan. Let's see. Maxwell Jordan. Maxwell Jordan. Yeah. Jordan Maxwell. Sorry. Jordan Maxwell, I guess. No? Yeah, Jordan Maxwell. Here it is. Jordan Maxwell. And he's doing his things on the the images, so you can see I think it's the 2002 where he's at this conspiracy place, and Eric Phelps, as far as I can recall, talks about that in one of his shows and says they never invited him after that, because you're not allowed to talk about the real culprit in regard to the world. So, but anyway, so there's just a concern, and I know Eric Phelps also have promoted the flat earth nonsense, and there's just another concern. But, besides that, there's a lot of good stuff coming from Eric Phelps. He's full of goodies, but just have to be, there's absolutely some some things that I'm like, nah, that doesn't seem to work for me, And in regards to that, you can't drop a nuke and all that. I just think, it seems to be ridiculous as well. But anyway, it seems like he's mixing a little of, leaven with the goodies. I don't know. But anyway, it's just curious. But besides that, he has, Eric Phelps is, a lot of the things that he also says, I can absolutely agree with. That doesn't seem to be many out there actually having these, standing with Israel, understanding that it's not the Jews, in regards of getting those people out in Israel, in regards of not the Jews, but all those so-called the Palestinians, and all that. I recall in regards of Gaza, one of their leaders was saying, was complaining to the Egyptians and the Saudi Arabians, that they were not supporting them more because, half of the people in Gaza was from Egypt and the other half was Egyptians, and the other half was Saudi Arabians. And it's like, yeah, well, and as I understand it, actually a lot of the people in Gaza actually do want to go, if they had the possibility to go back to Egypt or Saudi Arabia, but because of all the political bullshit and all that, they keep them like a hostage to make conflict and all. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But you could pretty much loosen a lot of things, give the Jews the land that is pretty much theirs, it's God's land, and he gives it to whosoever, and he gave it to the Jews or the Israelites. Anyway, and it seems like he's actually supporting them. Now, yeah, sure, a lot of the Jews have rejected the Messiah and all that, but doesn't mean that God wouldn't use them. We don't have a weak God, do we? If God can't keep his chosen people out of the land of the chosen land, is God so weak so he can't keep them out? You gotta be kidding me. It's just all this nonsense. Of course, the Mohammedans and the Roman Catholics, they just so much hatred against the Jews. So that's one of the things I absolutely can show the Jews that works for the Roman Empire, like that Danish people, German people, Americans, Canadians, and so forward. I was actually looking into this Prime Minister Trudy, whatever. I found him taking the Catholic cookie Jesus and even calling his that unholy figure his was like his holiness, or what was it? I can't remember. I have a picture of it somewhere in regards of he's calling it Holy Father or whatever. One of these extraordinary titles. What, are you kidding me? Give me a break. It's all, every road leads back to Rome except one little narrow way that leads to Jesus Christ. So of course you can find problems with everybody, but it just, I don't know, this flat earth nonsense, this is just, I don't get it. It seems like that so many people began to promote this flat earth nonsense when actually scientifical things from satellites in space actually was ruining the so-called scientific, environment of that bullshit, But we didn't hear about that because the flat earth nonsense, wiped everything out in regards of that thing, in regards of the axis of evil and this phenomenon of galaxies and stars around in circles around us, right in the middle. And you have one circle, one circle, one circle. Isn't that interesting, And you can call it, well, the sun is in the middle, or the earth, we're in the middle, okay? And you have these circles and circles and circles. That was the two phenomenons. I don't think there was any other phenomenons, but that was like two phenomenons. And the axis of evil, although, as for understanding, I haven't followed along further in regards to this axis of evil, but as I understand it, they stopped using that term, but they didn't like it. They didn't like the evidence, like finding soft tissue in dinosaur bones and carbon-14 and footsteps with dinosaurs with man and all that. Anyway, evolution is bullshit. It's satanic garbage. There's a whole huge, gigantic agenda for this nonsense. Oh yeah, by the way, in regards to the Big Bang, that was also leading back to a Roman Catholic, maybe a Jesuit, I can't remember. But anyway, it's all bullshit, Let's just stand with the Bible, right? All these satanic, devilish, anyway. So the Jesuits are the Illuminati, Alumbrados, Milton William, Bill Cooper, and it seems like Eric Phelps seems to agree on that. I had a video, although I can't remember which video. I have so many of him, and I don't want to have so many of Eric Phelps. Now it's not like I don't want, to listen to it. I just want, a little from everybody, And Eric Phelps seems to be very prevalent, and he has collected a huge amount of things. He knows a huge amount of things, and again, some of the things, maybe a lot of the things, actually just goes straight over my head. I could, I wouldn't need to dig around to confirm, things that he says, because I have no clue in regards of it. When he talks about his, American history and all that, and this name and this president and whatnot, and it's like, I don't know. I don't even know Danish history. I can see the pointers which is going on, the same in regards of Denmark as in the U.S. And Alberto Rivera and connecting the dots before the Constitution, in the U.S. and the Constitution in Denmark, when Protestants actually was trying to stand on the Bible, although they had their problems and all that, but they understood that we wouldn't, we would not like to have Roman Catholics in government positions, We don't want Roman Catholics around pretty much, because we know that they're the devil's children, and we don't want them to, do that cookie bullshit Jesus thing, crunchy nonsense, worshiping the devil and all that. So we go from, don't not wanting to have anything, we know the danger of poopery, and we don't want anything to do with this nonsense and all that. And then we go into freedom of religion, which is still not a bad thing, because we still have the freedom to to practice our Protestant religion, right? To protest. The problem is it opens up for worshiping the devil, which is kind of not really a good thing, So we open up the whole nation for Roman Catholics, for Jesuits, We have Freemasonry all over this nation. We have Jesuits. We even have a school in Copenhagen here in Denmark. And trying to connect the dots and all that, we have the PET, which is the Danish intelligence service, I guess, and it's like the upper scale police, And I heard a rumor. I haven't confirmed it. I tried writing them, but they didn't really write back in regards of it. If it was true that you needed to be a Freemason to be part of this PET, in regards to this higher police intelligence service, whatever, or higher up, and it wouldn't be a surprise, but apparently it seems like it's also under the royal crown, and of course the royal crown is, clearly whoring with Rome, and we have had 3 kings apparently that had been Freemasons. Well, Freemasonry is Satanism, and of course, Roman Catholicism. So what is going on in the country that should be Protestant? And even our king, which we don't have a king at the moment, we have a queen, which is a mass murderer. She signed her thing in on this paper that has nearly murdered 1 million children, innocent children, by abortion, 1973, that was signed by this mass murder of Margrethe the Bloody in Denmark. What disgusting filth, And even the foundational constitution in Denmark says that, when they are going, if people are collected and the police are going to spread them out, they have to say by the king and the law 3 times or something like that. But now they say the queen. I don't know if they have put some extra, law or whatever, but in the constitution of the Danish, you have king. You don't have queen, you have king. But let's turn that upside down as well, and all this feminism, satanic, rebellious feminism, and ruin the society on every single level. But of course, that's the whole point. The Jesuits ruins everything. Anyway, by the constitution in Denmark that we celebrate, we open up for Satanism. We went from a law based mostly by the Bible, which I actually have right there is some of the thing here, by the Danish law, the Christian, the 5th law, which until 1866 it says. I haven't further looked into all the things and all that, but it was based heavily on the biblical laws. Now, it was not, there was still some issues here and there, but at least it was, based on the Bible, and then we go into, Danish people, are not believers anymore. They don't even know who the Antichrist is, and we're said to be Protestants. They don't even know what the name Protestant or the word Protestant means, or name, or whatever you want to call it. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything. I did not know any. I was raised up with satanic bullshit evolution, because I live in the second nation in the world believing in this bullshit, where 82% of the Danish people believe in this. satanic nonsense while we have a Bible in our own tongue? We should be so ashamed. Anyway, so let's get back to it. So we have Alan Lamont. He's Scot. New World Order, the Black Pope. I should probably call it the, I don't like calling it the New World Order because it doesn't really pinpoint the issue, right? New World Order, globalist, the elite and all that, right? Let's call it what it is. The Roman World Order. The Roman World, New World Order, the Roman New Dark Age, whatever. But at least let us pinpoint where we have the problem. But anyway, maybe I'll correct that. But anyway, Alan Lamont, I have 2 videos with Alan Lamont here. I have more, but I have 2 in regard to the Jesuits, which I don't know, at least I want to use one of them. I just don't know which one of them yet. Or maybe I'll keep both. But the idea is to get a little from everybody, a video that I can pretty much agree with, not to see too many issues, and then put it on, because that will always be things that you disagree with people. So we have Alan Lamont, the Scot, the Jesuits are the soldiers of Satan. So that's 2 from him. So we have number 10, the Black Pope, and I've written poop. And then I don't know, and I have some issues in regards of making symbols. I can make some symbols on the server for naming the things, and then if I copy them from the server to my computer, it can't show the symbols, and it's like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know what is going on. This is just this satanic nonsense of computing, It should be both. It should be running on Windows servers, as I understand it, and that should probably run NTFS, file system, and I'm running the same here. So maybe not. I don't know. I just don't know. I just bullshit that it can't even make, signs, and then it corrupts it. So I need to figure out something. It's just give me a break. If I want to put a star in the thing, I want to put a star on it, right? But then you copy it from the server to the thing, and then it's not a star anymore. Now it becomes like a whatever, give me a break. Anyway, so we have Hidden History of the Jesuits by Eric John Phelps. We have 1, 2, 3. That was the videos that actually made me realize that, I guess it's called the University of something, but anyway, I've changed the name. Hidden History of the Jesuits, 1-on-1, 1, 2, 3. And when I, listening to the book of Revelation, the book of Daniel, that I realized that the Jesuits fits the second beast like a hand in a glove, Although there's still some things that, kind of, but overall, that it's though, I thought they would actually be part of the first beast, but yeah. Anyway, so that was why I didn't really recognize, it's a lamb-like beast, it's looking like a lamb yet speaking like a dragon, lying, deceptive and all that. So it has 2 horns, although in regards of these 2 horns, I'm kind of, I know the SDA, or the Seventh-day Adventists, they believe it's the US, and I was looking into that, and in regards to the 2 horns, and in regards to the south and north, I didn't know about that beforehand, so I was looking for, 2 horns, in regards to 2 powers, right, connecting together as one, in regards to one beast, right, like the Medo-Persians, where we have 2 horns, and one is, comes a little later, but grows to be bigger. But anyway, which I think was the Persian king, and then the Medo-Persian is the little horn. Anyway, I'm not entirely totally solidified on that. But in any case, but yeah, we have 2 horns, right? But that might be in regards of America and Europe. I don't know. But the thing is, the Freemasons have this thing, and you have the top Freemason, then you have you have 2 Freemasons, and one is said to run, the area of Europe, which we call Europe or whatever, and the other one is said to, run the North America, and by these they pretty much, take down the rest of the world. But yeah, I don't know. I still have my Bob, But that was actually, when you're looking at it, the first beast gives its power to the second beast, right? And the second beast, takes over the whole world and puts it at the feet of the first beast. And I'm like, who does that, Yeah, sure, you have the U.S., doing things, right? And, but who's controlling the U.S., Anyway, that's what I believe anyway. And I'm still researching things. So next one is the history of the Jesuits from James Arabito. He was also called Jim apparently, but James apparently is his real name. And he's an SDA Seventh-day Adventist. He died in a plane crash. Who knows? They could I guess they could have killed him. Wouldn't be a surprise. But anyway, have another one from him. Babylon is fallen, come out of her, my people. But that seems like it's more like in regard to Roman Catholicism. So, not directly the Jesuits. Of course, the Jesuits are, a part of. But it doesn't. I don't know how much it actually has in regard to the Jesuits. And again, I don't want too much, from one specific guy. I also have Behind the Door. SDA interviewing people on the Jesuits, which is also pretty much James Arabito, although it's not always him that actually is the interviewer, but he is absolutely, it's the same production from LTT Productions, which are interesting. Why would any Christian use any Latin? I don't get it. As far as I recall, the LTT stand for something in Latin. If I go to the web page, I think I can find it again. LTT. I think it was LTT or maybe LLT. I can't remember. Maybe I'll get the. I'm a little tired. I'm always, kind of always tired on the wrong times. I don't know. Maybe. No, I think I actually have written that wrong. Maybe it's LLT, I think. But it's interesting, maybe the radiation in society just conflicts in regards of I'm not the only one that has it like this, that's just tired when it begins to, and you should be fresh, right? In the morning, it's like, oh, it's the day and all that. I just feel so tired. I want to go to sleep and sleep, right? Who knows? Maybe they have done something in regards of the vibrations in the air or whatever, have so much radiation around us. But anyway, LLT means luxit in tenebris. Light shines in darkness. And that sounds like it's Latin, right? Luxit in tenebris or something like that. And I'm just, why would you even use Latin, I don't understand these books when they use Latin numbers, Roman numbers and all that. I want to get as far away from Romanism that I can possibly, do. I don't get this. I don't get this idea of using Latin. Apparently, if you want to be a theologian, apparently one of the first things you learn, apparently in the first semester, it seems, is Latin. So maybe that's why they begin to, go into all this, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. So, let's see here. It's just incredible, right? These theologians and all that, they can't even speak truth. No one knows who the Antichrist is anymore. You take an education for, 5 years or something like that, and you can't even tell me who the Antichrist is, You gotta be kidding me, Maybe you should just have read the Bible for 5 years in replacement of all this bullshit, You might have learned Hebrew, Greek, and, Latin and whatnot and all that, but, if you don't know who the Antichrist is, you gotta be kidding me. Just, whatever, I don't understand it, How can people not, a foundational doctrine like the Antichrist, and it's like, oh, I don't know who it is, and if you point out who it is, oh, no, we don't want to speak about that. It's like, what? You gotta be kidding me, I think, first thing, that would be Jesus on the top in regards of importance, and just secondary, is in regard, number 2 is in regard to who the Antichrist is. It should be, when they, some of these people would still have the confession who the Antichrist is, and they shove it down the list and all that, right? Just, and then they will make excuses if someone points it out that in regards of this and that, and I'm like, no, it's not really such important. It's just, but Martin Luther did, but, we're not, it's not like something that we really push much weight on and all that, but it's like, you gotta be kidding me. This thing should be up there on the top of the list. It's like this number 2, right? First one is who Jesus Christ is, dying for the sins of the world once and for all, not in a perpetual continual sacrifice in the Roman Catholic whorehouses, those stinking graveyards of walking death and all that, worshipping the devil. No. But anyway, that should be first, right, in regards to who Jesus Christ really is, Yeshua HaMashiach. Then number 2, being God Almighty and all that. Then number 2 should be, who is the Antichrist? Why? Because it's kind of important to know who the enemy is, because if you don't know, he will deceive you and drag you down and destroy you, right? And make you worship the devil. Because then you think the Pope is really a good guy, when he's actually the unholy faker of the number 666. Anyway, so behind the door, SDA interviewing people on the Jesuits. So that be 70 occult or hidden history of the Jesuit order. They put occult, but occult kind of just means hidden, right? So anyway, of course the word occult is more in regards of, you think more of the spiritual things when you use the word occult. But anyway, so occult or hidden history of the Jesuit order. The Jesuits, SJ, that's the short form of Jesuits. They usually put that, if you want to know if someone is a Jesuit, if he has SJ, he might be a Jesuit. And sometimes I'm staring at it and I'm not recognizing it. Anyway, the last one that I was up, and he was really, that something was not right. You kind of smell the devil here and there. And then I just realized, in the last part, that he has SJ in front of his name. I also have one of these huge musicians at the top that also has SJ, if I recall correctly. One of these popular guys. And I do wonder, what is like... Is that Bach, J.S. Bach? I'm not sure. Let's see here. J.S. Bach. I might be totally wrong, but I think, it's Johann Sebastian Bach, right? And sometimes it's written J.S. And if I recall correctly, there are some family ties where one at least in his family go Roman Catholic, and we know that the Protestants wanted music for the little guy. And, and Sebastian, Johann Sebastian Bach is on the level of, extraordinary, I don't know, maybe I'm totally wrong on that, but it's just, Martin Luther understood that there was these, musical things, but these musical things was not something that the little guy could really, play along with or sing along with and all that. And so Martin Luther wanted to go back to the, the children's songs pretty much, children melodies, something that is something that where the peasants can and it's wonderful. I love those. I can understand these. So this is nothing new that it then turns to. I might be totally wrong in regards of J.S. Bach and all that, and I'm not going to waste more time in regards. Some of his music are, pretty good as well, but at least most of the music from Bach, you can at least hear what they are singing. Sadly, most of it is in German, but many of this complicated music, you can't hear the text. You can't hear what is being sung because of all the instruments and all this nonsense of room vibrations and all these in singing over each other and whatnot, of utterly, having the pipes blow out through the whole church building, in regards to this organ, by the way, coming from Roman Catholicism. It just reminds me of the devil, in regards of the description of the whole, the anyway. But yeah, it goes back to Roman Catholicism apparently, this organ thing in the church buildings. Really not a surprise. I was like, if you want to ruin the music, if you want to listen to music that has been ruined, just go into a church, If you can't hear the lyrics, then something is wrong, And the devil just, apparently is just a master to ruin everything, this thing in regards of singing over each other. Just totally, ruins, You start out with a good song and you can hear the lyrics, right? And now all of a sudden it's like, they just one is singing here and the other singing there and just going over each other, and you're like, I can't hear what you're singing, But they think it sounds so good or something. I don't know. It's like, what are you kidding me? Even in my own tongue, I can't understand it, They're like singing, oh, it sounds so good, and then, But that's only one of the ways they can ruin the music. Then think if they can make this, singing, multiple tones with, the same thing as well. It's called something, I can't remember. But that's something that I can also totally just, And then the building, right? The vibration, in regards, I can't remember what it's called. And then the instruments being too loud, Yeah, it's just incredible. It's like, even the music in the world, the satanic music, they usually, at least some of it, you can actually hear what is being sung, right? Anyway, sorry, I'm just going. I can't remember all these words and all that. Just nonsense, I want to be able to listen to the lyrics. And by the way, the lyrics has to be biblical and full of truth, About Jesus and about the Antichrist and whatnot and all that. And I need to be able to listen to it. If it's just me. If the music is too... do we have problems in regards to... Are we low on battery already? I think we're already low on battery, it seems. That's not good. I don't understand how we can already be low on battery. I don't know. Any case, so we have the history of the Jesuits. I don't know if I can just give the mobile maybe a little juice here. We didn't really get into in regards of. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, okay. Ooh. Okay. So it's charging. So I don't know if it can actually keep on running because I'm not sure it's going to get enough power for running. I don't understand why it's already empty. Anyway, let's get back to it. So in regards to, maybe I need to just turn it off and take another battery and all that. So anyway, we have hidden history of the Jesuits 1-on-1. We have the history of the Jesuits, James Arabito as well. And we have Babylon is Fallen, Come Out of Her, My People. That was also from James Arabito. We have Behind the Door, that is interviews on people or with people in regards to the Jesuits. We have the Occult Hidden History of the Jesuit Order, which I don't know who actually made that, but that's a video. We have the Jesuits 1, 2, 3, 4 by James A. Wiley, and an old historian that is said to be a professor in Roman Catholicism and the Jesuits and all this, who wrote history on Protestantism, on the Jesuits, and on what was the last? Roman Catholicism? I can't remember. Anyway, who are the Jesuits? That's a quotation. The Jesuits priesthood of absolute evil exposed. So anyway, that's the list that I've fixed. So that's a good amount at least. But I have around, what was it, 150, 145 still to go through. But yeah, Bill Cooper. Let's go to the Bill Cooper thing. So one of the times he talks about it doesn't matter if Jesus Christ lived or not. It's his teaching that is important. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Another thing, he attacks a listener who calls him, talks about that the Satanist connection with these spirits and all that, and Bill Cooper goes totally against him. He totally diabolical goes against him when this guy, the caller, actually, was in the truth on these things. These spirits, demons, Satanists can have contact with these. And Bill Cooper refuted. He was like, no, blah, blah. It was really, and he was angry became angry, lashing out against this guy. But the guy calling in was absolutely correct. I have had contact with demons. I learned reincarnation. I was shown reincarnation by one of these spirit guides, demons, but anyway, when I was in the New Age nonsense, occult bullshit, Satan's candy store, whatever you want to call it, the broad way to eternal death. So that was number 2, right? And then I hear him talk about, listening to some of Bill Cooper's here to try to see if I should keep anything or, and he talks about the story of Adam and Eve not being, real, that it's like a metaphorical story. You gotta be kidding me, So, I have my hard times with Bill Cooper on some of these things, and then again, he, do some really, some of his teaching in regards to when Jesus was executed. I think he actually gets that right. I think he has 4 videos or something like that, talking about that Jesus didn't die on a Friday, but actually a Wednesday, and he's correct in that. Now, I don't know if he was getting these things from other people as well in regards to researchers and all that, but he was absolutely correct on that. Jesus died on a Wednesday in the middle of the week, not on Friday. I have 2 of his somewhere on my mobile, but if I recall, that was in regards to Wednesday, and he got that. He's like, he has some really good stuff, and then he has some other things which is kind of, how can you deny that Jesus, that it doesn't matter if Jesus was alive, Are you kidding me? And you're an American, right? So you should know the importance of Jesus Christ. And it's, I don't know why he would go into that. So that's just weird. It doesn't matter if Jesus, lived. It's his teaching that is important. Are you kidding me? I'm not saying that his teaching is not important. Of course it's important, but I'm like, if Jesus didn't die, if Jesus didn't live, he didn't die for the sins of the world. So it's kind of that's the whole of the thing of the good news, that God Almighty, becoming flesh, the Word becoming flesh, dying for the sins of the world. It's like, and if you're saying that it doesn't matter if Jesus lived or not, it's like, are you kidding me? So who, then he didn't die for our sins. It doesn't matter if he died for our sins or not. Are you kidding me? That sounds kind of snake oil, Well, it is snake oil, Of course it's important if Jesus Christ lived, Anyway, so these are some of the things that I've had my problems with Bill Cooper. And I haven't listened to everything in regards of Bill Cooper, and I haven't read his book. I've looked at it here and there, but I looked into the Illuminati thing in his book and the Pope and all that, and did find at least 2 quotations in regards of the Illuminati and talking about the Alumbrados having this collar on, and really that really made it more snap in regards of, because I've had my issues in regards of the Illuminati. There was something in regards to this rider and being hit by lightning and all that. I'm sure Eric Phelps probably know in regards of that. There was these things going, this warning, that they get this guy in regards of the design to take over the European nations or something like that. But I can't remember the details of that. But that was said to be the Illuminati, right? And again, if the Illuminati is just the Jesuits, just another word pretty much for the Jesuits, then it makes much more sense, right? And of course, the Jesuits has been working for 500 years, so of course they have to be somewhere, right? So that was actually a very interesting, and looking into his book, I think it was his book, and you have more concentrated information where he put forward in regards to this topic. And it seems like Eric Phelps, who knows a huge amount, seems to agree with that. And he also did actually talk about, because I wasn't, the Illuminati, in regards of the Alumbrados, and I actually also was looking into Spanish source on the Alumbrados in regards of the Spaniards, Inquisition and all that. So they absolutely were there, where the Inquisition was going after these Alumbrados and Jews and Protestants, well, just because they might not have been called Protestant, but anyway, Protestants have always been around since the 1st century, although they might not have been known as Protestants. Okay, they have been known by many names, but anyway, So Eric Phelps seems to agree that Ignatius Loyola, which was named something else, actually was either a member or maybe the head of the Alumbrados, the Illuminati. So actually, when this Adams Weishaupt comes around, he's a Jesuit in a Jesuit institution and all that. When he fixes the Illuminatis, that would just be pretty much another word for the organization, So that, going back to the past, Alumbrados, So I didn't really connect these things. So that was great information, further, and I can't remember which one of Eric Phelps actually had information on that. Hopefully I didn't delete it. Maybe he has it in regards of his history and all that, but I have over 100 videos I need to go through and sort things out and take what I think is the best. It's not, a lot of the things are I've seen a lot throughout the years and a lot of research and all that, but so this is like a thing where I'm just getting a lot of the same information, and then but it's not bad, just because it's so much information out there, so it's really hard to really. I want to know in regard to Denmark, in regards of how, because I'm getting, seeing how it works outside with the U.S. and all that, and then looking at Danish, I can see a pattern. So, in regards to the constitution thing, also in Denmark, the 3 kings in Denmark. I think one of the kings in Denmark was actually the one that made this huge headquarter of Freemasonry in Copenhagen. He has his own office. The king had his own office. The office still exists, but there's no kings in the Freemasonry at the moment. But the Freemasons would very much like, that the royal, house gets. I've seen that the Freemasons in Denmark also say that, you see the doors closing after they say "for the Queen," and then the door closes. And you can see the Freemasons also fix dishes and all that for the royal house. So you can see there's a connection with the royal house and the Freemasons. So, and of course, we have an article which says that 150 Freemasons are in the Lutheran churches. So we have Satanists clearly in the churches, and of course, Freemasonry is just Roman Catholicism. So when the Freemasons in Denmark say they are Christians and you need to be baptized and blah 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 and be a member of the Lutheran Church, if I recall, and be Christian, then it's not Christian, it's Roman Catholicism. It's Roman Catholic. It's a papery. It's poopery. You're a papist. Anyway, so, and then we have the state, and we of course had the Pope in Denmark in 1987, I think it was. No, sorry, 89, I think. 1989, and the Prime Minister of Denmark were out, out to welcome him on the state ministry, on the behalf of the state ministry, and the Pope was out, kissing the ground when he came out of the airplane. And as I understand, I think Alberto Rivera and Eric Phelps has also, that's a claim to the nation when he does that. Now, but we have totally fallen away. Then he drives the Roman, this papist, this Pope, did go to the royal house, so-called royal house, whatever you want to call it, and we know that the royal house has also been in the Vatican. The next king maybe of Denmark has been down there, and his wife and all that, and I think he also called him his, Holy Father or something like that. Anyway, that's videos of that. I know that the present royal house is in connection. I know the past royal house had a connection. Apparently we had 3 Freemason, kings and all that, which again seems to be a connection. They're promoting Roman Catholicism bullshit, festivals, nonsense, the Roman pagan satanic calendar, the circus of Rome, keeping the people occupied with bullshit, and promoting, LGBT and other such things. And of course the so-called Queen Margrethe the Bloody has signed the paper, but of course apparently the king, which she sits in the king's seat, which of course is turning things upside down, but apparently she's without, she can't be held accountable for signing a document murdering, what would be equivalent to 1/5 of the population in Denmark or something like that. Nearly 1 million since 1973. It's just bullshit. And you can see all these organizations seems to have a royal crown, and as I understand it, you can only have a royal crown. You have to be affiliated with the royal house if you have a royal crown, because if you're not, you can get beaten by that. I remember an article where they were suing or something like that, a Swedish company, a candy company, for making these red Danish sugar things and all that, and usually we call them was like something with a crown, Danish, and apparently the Danish The royal house didn't like that someone was using the crown because it was a Danish thing. I don't know, maybe there's a specific crown in regards that there was some characteristics that I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I did see another thing in regards of this crown thing, but yeah, it's hard to keep all the pieces in the head, and there was something I found not long ago. Anyway, so I'm going, so but it's you, we have to be careful, and of course Bill Cooper himself said, we need to research everything for ourselves and all that, and of course we can all make mistakes and all that. It's just, it's kind of a really, really, really bad mistake, pretty fail to say that it doesn't matter if Jesus, was alive or not. Greg Szymanski has also been attacking, if, in regards to Jesus Christ, promoting this Roman nonsense, that Jesus Christ was, I can't remember all the details, but, if you find the link, and you can find, I saw the link not long ago. It's just broken, but what you can do is go into these time machines and find the web page, and then you can see what he's writing about that. Hopefully he's sowing doubt in regards of Jesus Christ, and that doesn't seem to be so good. Well, it's not good, but he is promoting a lot of truth in regards of Roman Catholicism and all that, and the disgusting system. He, as I understand it, was raised as a Roman Catholic himself, but is not a Roman Catholic anymore. Yet he's sowing doubt about Jesus Christ by promoting other, it's just, I guess the devil try to get us on whatever level we are, and catch us on whatever level. And who knows how many of these people are actually Roman agents? I don't know. You really don't know. And Roman agents can also provide a lot of good information. It's better to control the opposition than to not control it, at all, So, but yeah, so I have a lot of other videos that I need to go through and make the list pretty much. We have another one from Bill Cooper. But yeah, it takes a long time, but it's absolutely, we're moving forward for sure, but it's just taking a long time. But I've been sorting a little out, and I have so many videos in regards of Eric John Phelps. A lot of the things that was on that specific playlist that I got had a lot of Eric John Phelps. So I had another playlist I looked into, and I had, of course, other videos as well. So it's a mixture of a little of everything pretty much, and then I'm sorting things out. And of course then I can also use my playlist to look into things, and it's always nice to use my own playlist on my website. There are some issues in the playlist, but yeah, using it makes you more comfortable with it and find the issues that is there. We have Eric John Phelps exposes Jesuits, CIA, Alex Jones on CND, but I don't know if I want, the main point is just to get some information on the Jesuits and not have too much of, don't want to have too much. I just want to have some good concentrated information about them. But it would be nice in regards to this Alumbrados thing with Eric Phelps to also have that as a second witness on the. Would be nice actually talking to Eric Phelps. Now, of course, don't agree with everything, but a lot of the things I do agree with. And but again, can't agree with everything, but I haven't. I don't know if Tom Frass and Jörg has. They probably also have something on the Jesuits that would be interesting. Um, but yeah, different people here trying the best that I can to sort things out. Some of them there's like two of the same. Yeah, I do wonder which video he was talking about the alumbrados, but at least I began to at least understand that. But then, of course, just thinking about it will take years to look into the Danish system. But of course, we do have like the skeleton of things, right? We have the royal house, we have the Freemasons. We do have a Jewish Freemason as well in regards to the B'nai B'rith. So we have that branch of Freemasonry as well. But that's only pretty much one lodge, as I understand it, in regards of Jewish Freemasonry. Although there's two places on the map in regards of B'nai B'rith. But you have huge amount of Freemasons overall in Denmark, in the so-called Christian thing. Then you have the Royal House. You have different other groups or whatever, society, whatever it's called. So we have the police, we have the government, and how that connects in regards of the royal house, and the royal house, of course, are whoring with the puppet in Rome, of course, not being biblical. That all the kings of the earth are whoring with Rome, Rome, Rome your boat. So that would only pretty much verify the Bible, and of course pointing us in the right direction. But fixing all the things. Then we have the bishops and the Jesuits and the Ignatius Loyola School in Copenhagen. So not entirely, having not fixed everything. There was someone collecting information of the most powerful people in Denmark as well. I haven't looked. That will be maybe interesting to look into. I have looked into Danish material on the papacy being the Antichrist and all that, and I have a lot of books as well that I need to go through. So I fixed a lot of the things into one specific folder, but that's a I need to sort them out. Some of them are in Danish, some of them, and I couldn't get them from home. I needed to go to the National Copenhagen Library to actually just get access to these, even if they were in PDF. Although I haven't written which one I actually needed to do that, but some of them apparently you just can't, even if they have, you can't get them home either. I did find a historian that has written on the Jesuits, also keeping lectures, but I can't get his book. Apparently, I can't get his book anywhere. He's as I understood it, that was a released book from him, and it's just not it's not possible to apparently get it. So the other option is to go to a specific place, which is still a pretty good, I need to travel a good amount because I can't get it to Copenhagen. I can get it further in this direction, but I still need to go 100 kilometers. It's not much if I had a car or something like that, but I don't have a car, so I would need to use the transportation and all that. That would probably take at least an hour to get there and an hour going back. So that would be, maybe 2 hours one way and 2 hours the other way. I don't know, but you have to. Well, it will take some time at least to get there. So of course that's only 4 hours. I know, but then you have 100 pages I need to read. I don't know how much information there is, but it's around 100 pages. I don't know how concentrated it is and all that, and that should be in regards to the Jesuit order in the beginning. So, Anyway, it's just incredible. Some of these books in the past, they just have huge titles, and then I get into issues with the file format on the computer, which is, just another issue, right? It's like they have these huge titles, these books, so it's kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to sort that out when they have so long titles. But anyway, I have multiple folders here, and some Danish, and again, some of these documents is probably not. But then you have to find the good documents, right? On the Antichristus Romanus, that's one of them. And anyway, yeah. So far so good, and I guess I will just go back to my things and listen. We also have a random rant from Eric Phelps. Some of these some of these videos doesn't say that they are Eric Phelps, but then you listen to them and there's like, okay, that's another one of Eric Phelps. And again, there's nothing wrong with Eric Phelps at all, but it's just I would like to have things from different. Yeah, but in any case, I already have a good amount, and some of these, the Jesuits from the history of Protestantism, I don't think I have listened to, in regards of James A. Wiley.
Welcome to the Jesuits by James Wiley.
I've listened to the other one we have from him in regards of history on the papacy, I think. I have. Let's see here. No. I have something else with him, Protestant maybe, no. I don't know. Should have something somewhere in regards of, I don't know where it is. But yeah, I have something in regards of him that was pretty good. Maybe it was in regards of, probably in regards of the papacy. And you can download these freely. That's free, and there's this wonderful website, Sermon Audio or something like that. That's a wonderful. It's like you can search on any single topic, and you get actually some really good stuff. James Atkin Wiley apparently is called. Probably should actually write Atkin, but see Sermon Audio, and let's try to. James Aitken Wiley. Let's see if I can find. No, I don't know. See here. It's not always doing so good in regards to the search, but of course the browser is also. I think this. Yeah, the browser is doing bullshit. I don't. You push and then it search on something else. Okay, here we have the Jesuits. We're powering off. Well, may Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua, a most precious pearl, and the Spirit